Okay? Manipulations. How do you load it with one hand? How do you tap rack it with one hand? The one thing I told you I wasn't going to teach is we weren't going to teach you to do double feed clearances with one hand. Our suggested thing, if that happens to you, is run. Because you can't get it cleared out. You just can't get it cleared out in any kind of time limit. I mean, in a gunfight that probably is going to last 4, 5, 6, 8 seconds, if we look at the norm and people moving back and forth and stuff like that, you're going to have a tough time just doing a one-handed reload. Not saying it can't be done, but the idea that now you've got this double feed and you're going to jettison the thing out, and then you're going to rack, put it between your legs, load it, that ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. So that's the way we're going to do, and then we're going to do the offhand the way I told you. As if you dropped it. You got shot, you dropped it on the ground. So we'll talk about kneeling down on the ground, both bending over, kneeling, and then we'll get those barrels out and they'll be your tabletop, and it'll be like you're picking it up off the hood of your car, the table at the dining restaurant that you're at, whatever the case may be. And that's how we'll progress with that. Straight ahead, like you're drawn from the holster, right here this position, right here like this, present to the target, give me 2 rounds one-handed. All right, ready?
6 inch? No.
Here we go.
5 inch.
We're working our way through. Brad, it's one hand, brother. Everything's one-handed today. All right, or at least for the rest of this section. All right, here we go. 2 rounds. Hup! All right, return to the same position. Ready? Hup! Ready, hup! Okay, let's camp that muzzle down just a bit so it's at his feet. It's not your feet, his feet. Alrighty guys, here we go. One hand, ready. Hup! Ready. Hup! Hup!
Good hit, Brad. Good hit.
Focus. Think about what you're doing. Work that trigger. Keep the grip tight. Consistent pressure. Hup! Right, let's do that high ready position. High ready, looking over top the muzzle. But you're not covering anybody in front of you.
Yeah, that's good. Just
ready?
Your dominant eye.
Hup!
Back to that position.
Hup!
There you go. I think you should have been shooting one-handed all along.
That's what I told Dave. He's like, you're just concentrating better. That's what I did.
Watch your finger.
I like where you register your finger. I've got a video called Trigger Finger High. Look it up.
Gotcha.
Hup!
Hey, Ack, you're dirty. Did you know that?
Hup!
Had some good hits there, Jeff. Good hits.
Not bad for a tech weenie.
Okay. Cover the holster. Look up and down the line before you
I sit in front of a computer all day, go click, 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 click.
There you go, guys. Pick up your stuff.
You've mastered.
Yet my thing still wobbles.
You've mastered.
Ceiling Garmin on it. If you want to tuck it back out of the way, it's fine. I'm more interested in the path of travel, the arc of draw, and things like that than you trying to rip your Garmin up and doing all that weird shit. But remember, the path of travel on your draw stroke must be consistent. It must be the same way every time. It must be something you can recreate by feel. So if you're coming from the hip, and I'm going to simulate, elbow goes straight to the rear, acquire the shooting grip one-handed, up till it won't fold, turn, place on target. If you're forward of the hip, bend the elbow, acquire the grip, up, turn, place it on the target, give me 2 rounds. Nice and consistent. If there's ever a time you want the gun to arrive where you need it, it's when you don't have this wonderful windage adjustment attachment to it, okay? So you're gonna have to do it all with this hand only. We ready? 2 rounds at a time from the holster. If this is kind of new to you, go slow. I don't want you shooting yourself in the foot or something. Alrighty, here we go. Ready. Hup!
Yep. Once you've had your follow through and you're good, path on the way back.
Hup! Hup! Hup!
Guys, if you're finding you're getting one in and one out, one in, one out. Some of the folks who are doing that, you got that weird kind of cop can't stuff. The ones who are remembering to get that elbow underneath, they're not getting that. They're having both in the circles, both in. Some of the folks one in, one out, they're pressing that trigger when they're still out of that circle, recoil, muzzle's not where, sights aren't back, so don't press that trigger. Fix it.
Hup! One hand. Hup! 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 Press the muzzle so it's at his feet, not your feet, his feet. Okay? Just press it down like this.
Sir,
what he said? What he saying?
You're gonna go from this to now this. Okay. You were here, now you're going here. Same thing, up and out.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. You feel better that way? I want you to be happy.
That depressed muzzle, his feet, not yours, good to go.
Okay, high ready, high ready. Muzzle's over the people in front of you, but you can look right over top of it. Right over top the front sight. Okay? About like this. For 2 rounds. Ready? Just tipping it over. Tipping it over. Hup! 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 Hup!
Give me jazz hands, Todd. Give me jazz hands.
Hup! Hup!
Ooh, that is a hot gun.
Okay, recover to the holster. Recover to the holster.
Man, I don't want to put that gun away.
Line before you pick up any gear.
Ah.
You can go ahead and retrieve that. You got. Hup! Guys, you don't have to do everything with one hand. You can pull your garment out of the way. Don't get ahead of us. We're going to talk about all that. All right. Ready? Hup! Hup! Okay, what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about manipulations, one-handed. Primarily reloading one-handed, tap racking one-handed, okay? I'm not going to go into double feed clearances one-hand. It takes too much time. Run. Run. You're not going to get it cleared out. It's not going to happen. So I want to be able to give you things to do one-handed that, number one, you can do quickly and simply, and number two, you can be mobile. That's really important, to be mobile, because like I told you, there will be fights you can't win, so don't stay, if at all possible. So, this hand's injured or occupied or wherever, we're working with this hand only. The slide lock's open. What do you do?
Run.
What do you do? What movie was that? Quick. Speed.
You gotta say it like Keanu Reeves.
Oh, what do you do?
Yeah, what do you do? See, everybody likes John Wick, and I always thought that was his best movie ever.
Pop quiz.
He played the cocky SWAT cop right to a T.
Hey, you bite your tongue. His best movie ever was Point Break.
No, not even close. Not even close.
One of Patrick
Darren's
Swayze's best
with me.
movies.
Anyway, okay. So slide lock's open. You've got to get rid of it. Obvious thing is you got to dump the magazine. Now remember what I told you? I'd like you to have the other mag ready before you dump it. Well, that's impossible to do, isn't it? So the first thing you're going to have to do is dump it. Now, you've got to put this someplace stable, someplace secure, someplace that won't move while you reach down and get that magazine and put it into the magazine well. Anything that will fold around the gun.
What?
Anything that will fold around the gun. The holster's obvious. It's a good one too. It's the receptacle that's molded to fit it. That's a good place. But are there other places that are easier to get to? I submit to you, yes. Keep in mind the slide's locked open and you just unloaded it. The gun's empty. No bullets in it. Ready? Can I move laterally? Can I run? Can I take a knee and pick something? Can I do anything? I can. Then all I gotta do is reach down, insert it, come up, drop the slide, or drop the slide. There it is. Okay, how about, I don't like bending over, so that's how important I think you guys are. Okay? How about, just something like this?
You're not mobile.
Nope, you're not mobile. You're not mobile, but it's simple to do. What you do is you don't try to hold your knees together. You pigeon toe and you drop.
That's the Rogers range.
You pigeon toe and you drop. I don't know about Rogers range. I've been doing it a long time. It's just biomechanics.
That's how they taught us at Rogers range.
By turning your toes in and drop it down like that, you lock in on it. You don't even have to have, muscular strength. Okay? So think about it. There's three places. Holster, armpit, and down between the knees. Where else could you go? But holster would be easier, wouldn't it? So the only reason I would tell you to do that is if you didn't have a holster. And then my next question would be, why are you carrying without a holster? Well, I saw this high cool movie and he was putting it in the middle of his back and I thought that was pretty slick. Okay, now, so no big deal. Drop the slide, stop, work the slide. Want to make something out? I want to make a point to you. Let's do it carefully. Do not punch your red dot optic against a hard object to drop the slide. I don't care how cool it looks online. Don't do it. The fellow online that's doing that is torture testing the optics. I've never once heard him say that was a good idea. I was teaching a class up in Chicago, all cop class. We were working from behind cover. We weren't even doing one-handed stuff. We were behind cover. He has to reload it, he does it, and he punches it against the barricade. What do you think happened? Cracked the optic. He went from 1 dot to about 14. When I looked at him, I said, well, why did you do that for? Well, he didn't know what to say because, well, I saw it in a cool video and I thought it was neat. It was not sufficient. Place the object against something and push. Yeah, don't punch it against something. As a matter of fact, don't even place it against the optic screen. It doesn't matter if it's an optic, it doesn't matter if it's an iron sight. You're not trying to put it against the face. You're going for the juncture of the sight and the slide. You see that corner right there? That's where you're going. So when you do that, you're literally at an angle, which leaves what open?
Ejection port.
And I don't push out. I push straight down. The slide will come back, it will bottom out, and then you'll slide off. Doesn't matter if it's a belt, doesn't matter if it's a trouser band, doesn't matter if it's a holster. Go for the juncture of the sight and the slide, not the face of it. And by all means, when you've got standard sights, don't do that stuff where you try to run it down your pants and hope it catches something. Because what am I blocking?
Remember the class in Tennessee that the casing, the bullet literally went back into the ejection port.
Flipped over. Yeah.
We caught it on video.
If you cover this, nothing will be ejected. Okay? You want to try to do everything you can to keep your head up here, even if you got to duck down for a minute. Get it back up because people are moving. You guys know enough now to know the fights are mobile. If he's there, when I look down and do that, I'm going to come up and maybe there. So keep everything where you can be mobile, or at least you can see what's going on around you. We clear on that? That's what we're going to do. We're just going to work those. We're just going to work them. I'm going to have Bucky talk you through them because Bucky can still be heard. But we're going to take you, put them between your knees. We're going to put it in your armpit. We'll stick it in the holster. You know, I really don't care what you like as long as you win. You know, sometimes winning, as far as how it looks, is very clunky and unglamorous. But who cares what it looks like as long as at the end you prevail? Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
I would rather prevail and it look like just a dog wash than die looking great.
We're going to work into the holster. Place it there, grab the mag. Good bit of advice. Don't just use your fingers to insert that magazine. Heel the hand, give it a good whack. Gun back out, and whether you're going to hook it off of something or use the lever, put it forward. We'll do that twice. I'll then take you to the armpit one. Right? When we get to the armpit one, I'll throw in a couple of caveats, and we'll finish off with the pigeon toe knee drop to hold. Okay? So a couple of calls from the holster, a couple of calls for under the armpit, a couple of calls for the knee drop pigeon toe deal. Good to go? After you do the reload, you can do one shot, you can do two. If you're getting low on ammo because it's last day, make sure you end up at the end of the day with at least 2 rounds. Up on target, 1 round in the chamber, empty magazine in the gun. We're doing the holster for your holder first time. Holster for the holder first time. Here we go. And nobody's racing. Be deliberate, learn this skill. Shoot! In your holster, but gotta get rid of that magazine, then just...
Damn.
Did you do that again?
Huh?
Did you do that again?
Yeah, didn't have anything ready.
Yeah, you gotta say bag caddy. Bag caddy. What? Say bag caddy.
All right, all the guns are up, all the guns are up. Go ahead, pick up your magazine, set it up again.
Tell me.
You're on target, on target. Shoot! Get rid of that magazine! The guns are up. Oh, shit.
Why is that ground so far away?
Keeps getting further and further, don't it?
Sure does.
Pick up your mag, set it up again. We're going to switch to the armpit. Armpit hold. Let's talk about that. A couple caveats. Check it out. The middle guns. One of the little guns might disappear if you tuck it under here and go mag well down. Little gun may disappear, you may have a hell of a time. 365, LC, whatever. Smaller, there's nothing wrong with, right? Muzzle down. Trapping it, having the mag well out. Does everybody understand what I mean by that? Give you something better to work with. The other thing, think about it. Dave already talked about this. When does this get oriented, whether you're hooking it or run it with the slide? When does that happen? All right? We're responsible for everyone around us. Go slow with this. Be deliberate in your movement. This is the armpit hold. It's just tension with the upper arm. Even if you get shot in the hand and that upper arm's still working, use it. Here we go, on target. Ready? Shoot! Get rid of that mag. Tuck it. First mag. There you go.
You can't get the best of it. You just have to go with the best
I actually found somebody that bends over worse than me.
Oh, son of a bitch. It hurts every time.
Okay.
Hey! That was first call through?
Yep.
Armpit, second call through here, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you're getting a full hand grip on the way back out. Here we go. On target, on target. Shoot! Pick up your mag. Get set up again. And we're going to switch to the pigeon toe knee drop to lock onto it. Again, go through this very deliberate and slow on your first call through. Let's start out on target. Here we go. Don't forget to get rid of that magazine. Pigeon toe between the knees and drop.